I always feel like I need to be watching some kind of clock. Is that
half
working?
an hour, so.
Okay. So the question has to do with why didn't Drell free his kids? And I want to just answer this so we kind of have a sense of what we're dealing with here. If you were 21 years old, male, healthy, 6'1", 185 pounds. I don't know how much 6'1" guy weighs. Is that right? 190 pounds? Normal, muscular kind of guy. What does that be? 100 what? 185 pounds. Let's stick with that. Okay. Well, you're way more as you get older, but maybe not. I don't know. All right, 156. Okay. How much do you think it cost to buy you? 1860. We're on the eve of the Civil War. Healthy. In contemporary money. Let's talk in contemporary money, not in. Okay, he says $60. Higher. Higher.
Y'all worth the value?
$600.
She says $600. Higher.
$1,000.
$1,200.
More.
$2,000.
More.
$3,000.
Buy for what then?
A slave. A healthy 21-year-old male slave in 1860. We're talking contemporary money. We're talking about money now in 2013.
Oh, money now.
Today's contemporary money because we're not, more.
But who's getting
$36,000.
Whoever's selling the slave.
21,000.
Close.
I ain't worth nothing. 25,000.
I know. You can get $7.
What did she say?
I don't even know.
She said 36.
Who said 36?
Me.
Okay.
That's too high.
That's right. That's what it costs. It costs about $35,000.
My bad, I said it.
Huh?
I said it.
Okay. Did you know that?
No.
Did you know that a slave cost about $35,000?
No.
Isn't that mind-boggling? Like when I first heard that, I couldn't believe it.
I thought it was a slave cost how much? A lot lower.
A healthy male slave could cost about $35,000. It varied, but this is the ballpark we're looking at. It varied, but and in the money of the time, it would have been $1,500. But $1,500 in 1860 was the equivalent of $35,000 now. About you get it? You got me? All right. So what does that mean? Amanda, if a slave costs $35,000, what can you buy with $35,000 right now?
A car.
A car.
A house.
A house.
What kind of car can you buy?
A BMW.
I think so. I don't know how much BMWs cost, but don't they cost about that much?
A Camaro.
You could buy a BMW.
It depends on the year.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly how much they cost, but my guess is that you can be driving a
But
BMW.
can you pay that old?
Nah.
Okay,
Nah.
so for one slave, you have just basically purchased a BMW. Basically. If you have 10 slaves, how much money do you have invested in your slaves? At $35,000 each. Huh?
35 each.
$35,000 each, and you've got 10 slaves. How much money have you invested in human capital? 10 times 35,000. Party people, don't write on your desk. Use your paper.
Is it like 3,500,000?
Huh?
35.
350,000 from Corey in the back. He wins the prize. He was.
What prize you win?
He wins the smart guy prize. Okay, 350,000, and you only have 10 slaves. Is 10 slaves a lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not really a lot. I mean, it's a lot. Like, yes, if you own 10 slaves, you are definitely fairly wealthy. But a huge plantation might have as many as how many slaves?
I know.
Huh? Huh? A huge plantation. Yeah, hundreds. A huge plantation could have hundreds. There were these huge plantations in South Carolina that might have had 1,000.
So would it be only like one slave master or several?
One.
So how come they didn't like overpower
Right, I
and like kill
know.
them?
Yeah,
Really good
Why
question.
they could've killed
That
her?
is a really good
They didn't
question.
think like that, Bob. They're like, hey.
Well,
No, they respected their master.
hold that thought. I want you to hold that thought. Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Okay. So if you have 50 slaves at 35,000 each, look back here at the board. How much money have you invested in your human capital?
1,750,000.
1,750,000, and you have 50 slaves. Not to mention the big plantations that have 1,000. So 50 slaves, and you're a multimillionaire. So what does that mean? Who owns slaves?
Millions.
Rich people. Rich people. Rich people own slaves. Can the average American, I mean, okay, this is just generalizing, but can the average American own two $35,000 cars?
No.
Not really, no. You're middle class if you're, I don't drive a $35,000 car. You know what I mean? Like, you are middle class if you drive a $35,000 car. I think, maybe not, maybe I'm wrong, I don't know, who knows these things. But the point is, the people that owned slaves were fairly wealthy. They were pretty much wealthy people. You might have one or two who worked and you might have inherited them. There were sometimes people who inherited a slave from a rich cousin or something, or you might have, you know, put together your money to get an old couple who were sold cheap because they couldn't work in the field anymore, and you bought them to work in your house, and you might have gotten them for a couple $100s each. That happened. So, but if you had fields working if you had slaves working in a field, you know, doing backbreaking labor, and you had 50 of them, you're a millionaire. You've invested $1.75 million in human labor. How do you get your money back?
Sell.
No, you don't sell them. How do you get your investment back? You work them
To make them.
to sell what?
Sell like
Your crops.
Yeah.
Is that what you said? Yes, exactly.
Cotton.
What was the most common crop in the American South?
cotton.
Cotton. That wasn't the only crop. And there, you know, there was hemp, there was tobacco, there was rice. We had all of these different. Kentucky, the main crop, for example, was hemp.
Yeah, bread, wheat.
Okay, let's just start with cotton. So in order to get your investment back out of your money, now if you invest in stock nowadays, you have to sit and wait for it to increase and then you sell it, but your money's tied up in the stock. You don't really have access to the cash. Same thing here with the human capital. Your money's tied up in the slave, so in order for you to get your money back, you've got to work them. Now, when we go back to this question about why didn't Israel free his kids, part of the reason is when a slave escaped, what did that mean?
They
He
lose
lost
money.
the money.
Yeah, your money just ran out the door. So that's why you sent the bounty hunter, and you paid the bounty hunter, what, like $25, $50 to bring your slave back, because you didn't want $1,500 gone. You know what I mean? So part of the reason why people didn't like to free slaves is because what? You're saying to me, you just want me to give up my money?
Yeah, but what if a slave ran away and
Somebody else
then
would
the bounty
do it.
hunter didn't catch them? So then that's just your money lost.
That's right.
So somebody else would take them like without even buying.
That's so
Or
that's why they
you
beat
should
them
just
like
go to
that.
Canada.
Well, and they would beat them, but they really didn't want to what?
Yeah, because
They didn't want to kill them.
They didn't
Right.
want to kill them. Why
They didn't
did
want to
hurt
kill them.
They hurted them. But
They did
didn't
hurt them, but they didn't want to kill them because then you've got your money. Okay, so somebody tell me, how high does a cotton plant grow?
Good.
Yeah, anybody ever seen a cotton field?
Oh, it's like
7 feet.
Like up in your waist.
nah. A cotton field it grew. It be
Yeah,
like-
it's like here. Not like corn. Corn is high.
Corn be up over top of you.
But cotton is down here. So when you pick cotton, what were you doing? Bent over, like this. And you ever seen it? They grow like, it looks like a flower, and they grow into things, and you have to pull it off the flower.
It's like one of them little.
Then they got thorns.
Yeah, they do. They have little thorns, and they would have these bags across them, and they would lean down. And how long would they have to do that for?
Until they, nah,
How long?
All day until the sun go down.
All day.
That's
So
it.
you're bent, when they say back-breaking labor, this is what they're talking about. You're bent, oh, can you imagine doing this, going down the line all day? You'd have to stand up and do this, and then get back to work.